Hey, hey, we're live in the Hatter Right Check kitchen.
Hello all.
We're having fun tonight as promised. Kenny's going to be cooking, I'll be cutting, we'll be sharing. We're going to do the kitchen dance, sharing space in the kitchen. So you're probably wondering what we are doing tonight. It says end live video in 1920. What's going on? I don't know what that is. Turn on automatic reels. I don't need that. Okay, let's see what happens. So we're starting here live. I'll wait for some people to come on. But we're going to be cooking fajitas tonight with Riverbend Ranch steak strips. And this is a never any clean, grass-fed, humanely treated beef. And I'm not seeing things come up that I'm used to seeing. So let's see, but it looks like it's all working. So as people come on, they'll come on. And I know a lot of my friends like to watch the replay. So here we go. For starters, we're going to use strip steak. We're making fajitas tonight. So we have delicious, this never any, no hormones, no antibiotics, grass-fed beef. We have some sides. And a lot of tonight is about having different things for different people, because not everybody eats the same thing. So this is going to be your pico de gallo, fresh from the market. I didn't make it. And that's the nice thing. You can pick this stuff out all fresh these days, right? So if you don't have time or you're not looking to do a whole bunch in the kitchen, you really don't have to. We're even going to use a fajita seasoned mix. We didn't even make that. We could. We have plenty of spices, which you won't really see in this pullout, but we have them. But we're not going to do that. We bought it.
The quick and easy method.
This is the quick and easy. And then we're going to use gluten-free tortilla shells that you can buy anywhere you want. So I like to use gluten-free a lot. We can start cooking this. So first, Kenny's going to get started with, you want me to chop the veggies? You said you wanted to start with the meat first.
Well, yeah, while I'm browning the meat.
Okay. I'm going to chop the veggies while he's browning the meat. And what we're going to do is it calls for 1 pepper. So instead of doing 1 green or one color pepper, we're going to do 3 colors. And we're going to do 1/3 of each. Just going to rinse them off. And you can cut them however you like to cut them. You know, there's no right way or wrong way to cut a pepper for fajitas. Most people do strips, but I like short strips because I don't like to have strings of things while I'm eating. I like it to be easy to take a bite of. So we're just going to here make thin strips. And I know you can't see everything from there, but I wanted to keep the camera a little bit away. And I hope, let's see who's here. Dorothy, hi, can you hear us okay? Let us know if you can hear us okay, because I'm way over here.
Hello, Dorothy.
So I like to do thinner strips, and I'll bring it over when I'm done cutting them up so you can see. And let's see. She says yes. Thank you, Dorothy. So, and hopefully the lighting's okay. 3 colors of peppers for color. And one of the things, like I said earlier, what we're going to talk about tonight is having different ingredients in a meal so that you know, if somebody doesn't like meat, maybe they like the tortilla with guacamole on it. Maybe they want a tortilla with cheese on it and some pico de gallo or a little guacamole and cheese. And so it's something that you can mix and match and enjoy what it is that you want to enjoy. Dorothy says, hi, Kenny. So Kenny's starting, he's going to brown the beef. Kenny, what's in there?
Just beef.
Just beef, no oil?
And a tablespoon of olive oil.
Tablespoon of olive oil.
And we're just going to partially brown it and then finish cooking it in the final process.
All right. And how much onion am I supposed to use?
The whole thing.
A whole onion.
Yeah.
I love onion.
Could you just do it in slices like you did for the roasted vegetable?
Okay. And Kenny's great about setting the timer for everything. He follows directions much better than I do. So he's going to do exactly what the directions tell us to do.
I'm a by-the-clock cooker.
He's a by-the-clock, by-the-recipe cooker. And that's why he's helping me tonight with a recipe. Usually I just throw stuff together. So of course, if you don't want to do beef, you can do chicken, you can do shrimp, you can do tofu, you can do any kind of fajita that you want. If they don't like onions, you don't have to use onions. Use the vegetables that you like. See, everything can be modified, and that's what I love about cooking. It doesn't have to be the traditional Hispanic tortilla with onions and peppers. It could be, you could make it with broccoli. You could make it with whatever your kids like to eat if you're cooking for kids, or whatever you like to eat. So I'll just show you how I cut this up without dropping it, I hope. But I made short strips. So this way, if you take a bite, you can probably fit that in your mouth. Right? And then the onions, I quartered the onion and then I cut it in small pieces. We've got some quartered lime to use at the end. So if you want to put a little sprinkles of lime on your food at the end, you can. And now I'm going to, while he's doing the meat, I'm going to put this over here for Kenny. And whenever we cook together, we have, whoever's doing the cooking, the other one kind of keeps up with the washing. It's a great way to keep the kitchen clean as you go. So everything that we use here is non-toxic. As you know, some of you know, we have a non-toxic household. So my dish soap, everything, it cuts grease, it does good, and probably costs less than what most people are spending money on in the store. Let's see. Oh, Dorothy, thank you. Said good to something. I'm really going to start doing Zoom on these so I can hear people. So is this, you want this for your mouth? Oh, no. Okay.
And so now we're on to the next step, which requires another tablespoon of olive oil for the vegetables. Okay.
Another tablespoon of olive oil for the veggies. And while he's doing that, I'm going to make some guacamole the way that I like to make it. So I'm going to get myself, come right in front of your camera here, get myself a medium-sized dish, and that way I can put a lid on it. And my favorite knife, a paring knife. And all I do, I know of everybody, probably anybody who's going to watch this has made guacamole, but how can you not? And even though I'm not going to eat it tonight, I am going to eat it tomorrow. So since I don't need to slice it out, it's not going on a salad, it's just going to get mashed up. I'm going to use a spoon, and I'm just going to scoop it out and put it in the bowl, very simply. And I love getting the pit out with a knife and just slamming the knife into it, twisting it, and it comes out. But I'm not going to ditch the pit because the pit's going to keep it good until tomorrow. So I'm going to keep the pit. I think you've heard of that. You keep the pit in the guacamole with your avocado, and it helps keep it green. Helps it from turning brown. Yep, it's a good one. Avocado's so good, such a healthy fat. So we're talking about foods, meals that have lots of different components to it, so that if somebody wants to eat guacamole, somebody wants to eat a salad, you could easily have greens with this. Just want to see who else is on here. Oh, you didn't know that about the pit? Dorothy, really? Wow. I can't believe I taught you something. About something vegetable-ish, even though avocado is a fruit.
And you can also leave the pit in the guacamole while you're serving it, like a little centerpiece. Just leave it in the middle of the guacamole, and people just scoop around it.
Yeah. So that's in there, and so how do you make guacamole? I put a little bit of fresh garlic in it. I love garlic. I'm going to grab probably 2 cloves. They're not big, they're small. So this size. Just going to do 2 of those. I love garlic. a couple garlic presses in the house. You never know which one you're going to pick up until you pick it up. And maybe you already know this, but use the back of your knife if you're going to use it to scrape anything. Don't use the blade because you'll ruin the blade. So I use the back of my knife to scrape off. And now here comes the fatter piece of garlic. Squirted a little bit on my clean dishes here, but that's okay. Garlic is good. Okay, got that done. Now I put in just a little bit of salt and pepper. Try not to have my back to you. Little pepper, cattle salt, and then I always put a little lime juice in because in addition to the pit, the lime juice obviously helps it. The citrus also helps it from getting brown, helps keep it fresh. It's like a preservative and it tastes really good. So I'm going to put a couple squeezes in. Sometimes I do a whole half of a lime. Okay, I'm just going to do 2, like 8 little squeezes, get that juice in there. So I've got garlic, salt, pepper, and lime in the guacamole. Kenny's stir frying the veggies right now, getting those a little bit up to speed. And then he'll be throwing the meat back into it. Oh, it looks beautiful. Wow. Can you hold the pan so I can see how pretty that looks? Oh, yeah.
There we go.
Yeah.
Oops, a little higher.
Isn't he such a great sport? What a great sport. I think I'll keep him. So there's your guac. So simple. I think that took me 3 minutes. We have guacamole. I'll throw the pit in there. Now, one thing that I like to do, not everybody does, but I like to use, you could use fresh jalapeno, but I like the pickled ones. I buy the jalapenos in the jar, and I chop them up, and I would put them in the guacamole. But do you like jalapenos in your guacamole, Kenny?
Yes.
Oh, he does. See, 4 years, I didn't even know that he liked jalapenos in his guacamole. For 4 years, I've been depriving myself. Jalapenos in my guacamole. Let me get the cutting board. What do you need?
Nothing. I'm good.
Thank you. All right. So, come back over to you. Get myself a fork to put in the jar. Oh, it smells so good. I can't wait to taste it. It's kind of a late after dinner snack for us. He says he might be eating one. So I pulled out maybe about, maybe a quarter cup of these jalapenos. I'm going to dice them up. And then, of course, you know, if you're doing things for little kids, you might not put these in. Maybe they eat them, maybe they don't. You can use it as a garnish, actually. I can just, like, put it very meagerly around the outside so people can see it. And then you can just kind of have that as a, you know that you're getting the peppers in your food. You can also put them on the side or on top of your tacos. It looks like you just threw the meat in there.
Yeah.
And the timer just went off. What should I do? Does it turn off?
Yeah, it turns off by itself.
It turns off by itself. Okay. So, and
then we add seasoning and a quarter cup of water.
And seasoning, quarter cup of water, and then we're done. So, anybody have any questions or anything that you add differently to, oh, it looks like Dorothy, you're my only participant tonight. Looks like everybody else is going to be watching this later. I was so excited. Everybody wanted to get Kenny in the kitchen. So, they're going to see us later. Dorothy, what else would you add to this? What else? I'm just kind of staring, waiting for you to tell me something. Tofu. All right. So yeah, we're doing beef. You would do tofu. Somebody might do shrimp or chicken. What about other sides would you add to this to make it a family meal that, I guess you could just make quesadilla, right, instead of meat. Kind of did say that earlier. But yeah, somebody might just want a quesadilla. We've got this 4 Mexican cheese. You could do anything. Hey, Deb. Deb, we're almost done making fajitas. You're going to have to watch the replay. And Debbie, it was you who said, bring Kenny into the kitchen. Debbie.
I'm here. Where were you?
Yeah, he's here. He's even been talking in the camera for you, Deb. All right, that looks like it's done. It's done. So get that off the heat so we don't overcook the beef. So, you've seen fajitas before, but you haven't seen them made a la Kenny. If kids don't eat onions and peppers, maybe whatever meat or non-meat that you're using to cook your fajitas with, put some off to the side so you can have plain meat. You can have meat with vegetables. Again, trying to make this family friendly. A friend of mine and a neighbor, she wanted to know, what can we do for the kids since some eat, some are picky eaters. So I was trying to think of this, the guacamole on the side, the quesadilla as an option. Deb, what else would you throw in here or add to a fajita dinner? Probably some lettuce if you wanted lettuce on the side. Wait, we're going to show everybody what Kenny did. This has happened before. See these peppers left over that we cut into? They were in the container drawer, not in the refrigerator. And we've done that before.
Yeah, we found leftovers in the container drawer.
He's such a good sport. Everybody loves Kenneth. So I want to taste the meat.
Go for it.
Let's see. Very good. Good seasoning. Tender beef. Thank God.
Yeah,
Came out good.
that did the trick.
So those are going to be put into the gluten-free for probably tomorrow, guys, because it's too late to eat dinner tonight. And we have, we made a guacamole to go with dinner for tomorrow. And I put some diced pickled jalapenos on the top of it so that it'll be a little spicy. And I'll just let that, very good. I'll just let that sit overnight. And there's cheese and there's pico de gallo, which we'll have again tomorrow. So if you like onion, then you can throw that, the pico de gallo. And if a kid will eat tomato, just maybe you'd have to make your own. And Kenny wants to show you what he just made. Let me see if I can tip it without spilling it. Can you see it good enough, you guys? So we've got guacamole, pico de gallo, steak tips, fajitas. We have cheese. If somebody just wants a quesadilla, or if they want to not be kosher. Now, warning, this is not a kosher meal if you mix the cheese with the beef. But otherwise, it could be. Oh, and the other thing we were talking about, if you're watching what you're putting in your body, instead of sour cream, I have the Greek yogurt, the Faye, in the refrigerator. It tastes so much like sour cream. So you could, or I could, I don't know about you, I could use sour cream and guacamole and the beef, and I would eat all of this stuff. But
Yeah.
I'd probably just leave out the cheese. Would you eat the cheese?
Yeah. You just make a fajita supreme and you add cheese and sour cream or yogurt, depending on which one you like, and then go with it.
Well, thanks, Kenny.
Yay!
We did it.
My job's done. I'm out.
All right, he's out. Now I get to clean up the kitchen.
No, you don't.
Anybody have any questions? Questions? This is a short one. It took 20 minutes to make these fajitas. So it's a quick dinner, right? Now, granted, I was cutting and he was cooking, so add 5 minutes. I mean, it's so fast to make fajitas. Quick, easy, all kinds of ingredients for all kinds of taste buds. You could add some celery sticks, lettuce, carrots, those kinds of things, right? Oh, hey, Dan, thanks for showing up. This is Ken.
And also, if you don't want to use fajita bread or corn or flour or gluten-free tortillas, you can just bypass all that and do it like nachos. You can put it over chips.
Yeah. Do
Which
some
is really
chips.
good.
Yep. Scoop it up. So, for anybody who didn't get to see this, watch the replay, obviously, if you didn't get to see it all. And I know I had a few people I spoke to today that have been watching the replays. So, enjoy. I hope you all have a great night. If you have any questions, let me put in a little plug here. I did create a workbook on my my proven formula for weight loss and maintaining the weight loss. Yes. So I put it in a post. If somebody wants that booklet, just send me your email through a private message. I will send you the booklet link. I'll send it to your email. That's it. So have a great night, everybody. Thank you for joining us. We love sharing time with you. And Kenny, thank you for joining in, because everybody loves Kenneth. Good night.